Welcome back to MSPN's coverage of Marble Fubeca. I'm Ricochet here for our final part of this three-part tournament. This is target shooting, which will be the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and then, of course, the final of our event tournament today. As you see, the team statistics for our countries here in 2019. We had the two separate videos that compiled the first round, and now we move on to target shooting for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finale of this tournament. So the supporters and the teams themselves have shifted gears, made their way to the grandstands of this target shooting arena, and they have the opportunity here to watch hopefully some high scores and some very interesting and entertaining marble competition for today's event. And so we are into the quarterfinals. In case you didn't get a chance to see, or you need a refresher on who's in, Italy and Argentina will face off. Uruguay and England are the other two teams on the left side of the bracket. Portugal against Russia, and Brazil will take on Chile. And our first matchup today will be Italy and Argentina. So Argentina will be on the left and Italy on the right. They're all going to go through the same way. Italy with the darker blue marbles. They make their way down first, and after the scoring, it is going to be a win for Italy as they get a couple in the middle and win this one by a score of 200-80. They scored 100 right there. There's a 50, and then everybody else made their way either in the 20s or the 10s. And so a pretty dominant win there for Italy. They move on to the semifinals with a 200-80 victory. 120-point margin of victory there, as Uruguay will take on England now. Pretty easy win. England in the white, Uruguay in the blue. It looks like most of England is going to be there first. Who gets the opportunity? It's all Uruguay. Easy win. They win this one 220-90, as they themselves scored 100 and a 50. They scored a 30 there. And mostly 20s and a 10 for England. So they had no chance, as Uruguay got down the course first. And if you have the first shot at the target shooting course itself, you're going to have the better opportunity to win that matchup. Moving to the right side of the bracket, it's Portugal against Russia. So Argentina and Uruguay, or I'm sorry, Italy and Uruguay will face off. Now Portugal and Russia look rather even. Coming down, and this is going to be Russia, as they win this one by a score of 210-180, much closer. And they did give Portugal the 100 points for their marble that was kind of stuck in between the 100 and the 50. They gave them the 100, but it still wasn't quite enough, as they are eliminated, and Chile will now take on Brazil. Brazil trying to pick up their third championship of the year. They, of course, have been one of the powerhouses, and they will take on Chile. Chile has the first marble. And Chile, this one's going to be close. Chile gets the win, 130-100. 50 of those 100 points for Brazil came right there. Besides that, they scored a 20 and 3 10s. And Chile gets the win, the upset victory, as they take out Brazil. And they move on to the semifinal. Back to the left side of the bracket now, it's Uruguay against Italy. In the semifinal matchup of this long 3-video tournament, and Italy, they're closest to the shooting range. These marbles very similar in color. The darker blue is going to be Italy, though. And they are out first with the first two chances. And the scoring is going to go to Uruguay. Italy scored a 30, but everything else landed in the 10s. And so it's a pretty convincing, easy victory there for Uruguay, who won it right there with that 100. They didn't even need the other 70 that they got. But they win it by 100 points and move on to the championship. Italy is relegated to a third-place match and a chance at the podium, but no guarantees. Russia will now take on Chile. Wow, look at that. That was so close, and Chile is going to get the win by being the only one to score one of their marbles on those inner circles. Everybody landed either in the 20s or in that 30. Very nice round, but 130 to 100, Chile takes out Russia now. Two very impressive wins for the Chileans. And now it is Italy against Russia for third place. And a spot on the podium. And here they go. Russia gets the advantage early. They will get the first shot at the range. And they make it count. And they are going to win this one. No, Italy with the 100. They're going to win it. 250s. But the advantage, because of the 100 points, goes to Italy, and they steal away a spot on the podium. 170 to 150. And Italy takes third place. Impressive run there for them. And now Chile against Uruguay. Uruguay with a dominant win in their last matchup, beating Italy. Chile winning it by 30 points in a hotly contested match with Russia. Let's see who gets the advantage and who gets the victory here. And who will have to settle for silver. Uruguay comes out first. Everybody in the 20s for the most part. It's the 50 that's going to win it for Uruguay. 110 to 90. That is the final score as Uruguay picks up a 50. They did have two 10s, and all of the marbles for Chile landing in that 20s area for the most part. So third place is going to go to Italy. You can give them the bronze. Chile, with an impressive run, they were able to upset a couple of heavyweights, but ultimately it's Uruguay that comes out on top. They get the championship win as they beat out 15 other countries in this 3-video tournament. So congratulations to Uruguay as they get their win here in 2019. Chile comes in second, Italy in third, and so that'll do it for our tournament and for today's video. Congratulations again to all of those teams who even made it past that first round. Long, grueling tournament and a tough round and a tough tournament all in all for these teams to compete in. So that'll do it for us here today. But until next time, I'm Ricochet, and this has been MSBN's coverage of Marvel Fubeca.